welcome to this week's edition of the Fried Splitters. My name is Lyle.
And I'm Fresco.
And our goal tonight is to take Split Shot as Windrunner with Mjolnir. Basically talk as much as we can about Dota 2.
Nice!
As you can tell, Andy is not here this week, as we announced last week, so we are doing the show with Fresco.
Woo!
And Fresco came up with the brilliant idea to change the name from Side Splitters to Fried Splitters, which I freaking love.
Yes, it's because we like them smothered and covered, and our boys down at Countdown to Geektown, they'll get the reference.
Oh, I freaking love Waffle House.
Oh, yeah.
Get down with some Waffle House. Let me do it.
Dude, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, man, all day.
Anyway, in case you guys haven't noticed, let's not get too far ahead of our fat selves. There's a different theme song as well associated with that. That is the Fried Splitters theme song. It would always be that. Every time you hear that theme song, you know it's going to be Lyle and Fresco. All right? And I have to throw this out there real quick. It was made by a gentleman who I cannot pronounce the name of, but he does post on Reddit as a Mr. Loop. Mr. Loop. His name is Antti. That's his first name. Last name Luode. Yep. It's Finnish, apparently. And the best enunciation of it I found was Unti Lode? Lode? Yeah, it's weird. He legitimately said when someone asked him how to pronounce his name, he says, do it however you want. My name is nearly impossible to pronounce for Americans. Even my in-laws mess it up, so I really don't care. So he's Mr. Loop on Reddit. Thank you for your theme song. He has like 1,000 stuff. He has like 1,000 instrumentals on Reddit that he posted for people to use freely in their podcast and stuff. So I was like, hey, we have a guest this week. Let's do it.
You call him whatever you want. I'm calling him Unti for now.
His name is Unti. Thank you, Unti. Anyway, yeah, so it's me and Fresco this week, and what a better week than this week to have Fresco on, because we had a bit of bonding over the weekend, me and Fresco.
Yes, we did.
Mm-hmm. You see, people, we went and took care of some stuff for Andy's upcoming wedding. We got our tuxes and everything like that, but before we went and did that, we had to go conquer something at Arby's.
Yes, we did. We climbed that mountain.
Fresco has never had a meat mountain before, so I had to take a pit stop to Arby's and show him what a glorious world that was.
I mean, I've had people try to show me their meat mountains, but I never tried to conquer a meat mountain.
Right. For those that don't know, the meat mountain at Arby's is a sandwich with every meat that they offer on a normal menu at Arby's. It's all.
Yeah, folks, just try this sandwich.
It's all of it. It's so good. Incredible. So good. Anyway. So yeah, that was a fun day. We got to do that. We got to get measured for tuxes that didn't exist.
Well, wait a minute now. To be fair, y'all's tuxes existed. Yours, Andy's, and Jared. Mr. Chupa Thingy, Master Chupa Thingy's tux. Right. They were all there and prepared and ready to go. Unfortunately, I don't think we should have stopped for that meat mountain, otherwise your vest would have fit. I feel that would have been quite crucial to note.
Let me tell you something. That wasn't the meat mountain that made it not fit.
It could have been the buffet.
Yeah, it was a long time ago that I had a meat mountain that said that vest ain't gonna fit no more. But nonetheless, we got it taken care of. That was a good time. I'm looking forward to the wedding.
Absolutely, it's gonna be a good day. Good day for him. I'm happy for him. I'm proud of him. Mm-hmm. That's enough sappy shit. What we got?
What do we got? Yeah, let's get started with the show here. We have some clickbait news, and I figured, since it's such a special occasion, we haven't had Fresco on in so long, I said, you know what? We're going to do something crazy. We're going to go all Florida clickbait news. All Florida.
Ooh, get them Gators!
So, we're going to hop right into it with, a very Florida story. I'm saving one specific story for the very end because it just reeks of Florida. But all three of them do really. But the one at the end is just really, whoo. But this one's good too. Can you tell me, Fresco, what the woman attacked a 7-Eleven clerk with?
Oh, if Florida, I'm gonna say she attacked the 7-Eleven clerk with a vibrator.
Ooh, that was the other story. No, this one,
Oh.
the woman attacks 7-Eleven clerk with hot nacho cheese. And the best part is, because, and I quote, the customer is always right.
What?
Okay. Try to stay with me on this one. An unsatisfied customer in Melbourne, Florida was arrested last week for assaulting a 7-Eleven employee with hot nacho cheese. According to the Palm Bay Daily, Stephanie Hicks entered the 7-Eleven at around 1:50 a.m. on Thursday morning, looking to buy a sandwich and a cup of the aforementioned liquid cheese. The clerk, however, had reportedly asked Hicks to refrain from opening the hot cheese dispenser. She didn't appreciate this request, and she later told cops she wasn't a fan of the clerk's attitude.
Wow.
She then tried to pay for her food, but the clerk refused to ring her up. In retaliation, she threw both the sandwich and the hot cheese across the counter, covering the clerk's hand and feet in the gooey orange condiment. Hicks, 31, then waited outside the front door of the 7-Eleven for police to arrive, but not before angrily reminding the clerk that the customer is always right. She was later arrested for battery when police arrived and pulled the footage of the incident from the store's security cameras.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
That woman likes her cheese.
Well, she wanted to spread the love, apparently.
Well, it wasn't his cheese. I don't know why he had a problem with it. It says it right there on the label. It's nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese. Very, very, very classic, Fresco. Keeping it with the classics. I like it.
Wait till you see my... Oh.
All right, moving on. Okay. This one's great. Can you tell me... I like it because I'll say Orlando, Florida. Usually I tell Andy whereabouts it is, but it's all in Florida, so there's no need. But Orlando, what did the cokehead get charged for in Orlando, Florida?
Sexually assaulting Mickey Mouse.
Oh my God, that's so close. Accused cokehead charged with spanking police horse.
Damn!
So, in a weird roundabout way, you were kind of close. He didn't necessarily sexually assault Mickey Mouse, but he did, in fact, assault, which could have been taken sexually, a different kind of animal. Anyway, police say a 29-year-old Florida man slapped a police horse on the hindquarters, that's what it says, while it was on patrol with an officer. News outlet report Casey Waldner was walking down a street early Sunday when he was accused of slapping Izzy, a 13-year-old horse that has been with the Orlando Police Department for 5 years. The slap startled Izzy, who spun around. A police report says Waldner ran, but was caught by a nearby officer. The report says officers searched him and found cocaine. Police spokeswoman Michelle Guido says Miss Guido says that Izzy didn't need veterinary care. Yeah, you think it was a slap. Relax. Waldner was charged with injuring a police horse, resisting arrest without violence, and cocaine possession. He lives in Pace in Florida's Panhandle. What? Waldner, who lives in Pace in Florida's Panhandle, was released on $1,250 bond. Jail records don't list an attorney. I feel like if you live in Pace in Florida's Panhandle, you're just set up for disaster.
Well, how hard did he smack this horse on the ass that he injured the horse?
Well, it specifically said that the horse didn't need veterinary care, but he did get charged with injuring a police horse. And I think.
But there was no injury.
Well, I mean, that's...
Yeah, this is why I want to start my own judge show on TV, yo.
Judge Fresco, I can see it now.
I'm just saying.
I mean, he kind of injured the horse. Look, if you strike a police officer, be it human or dog or horse, whatever.
I understand punching a dog. I understand punching a cop. Like a dude in front of you. I understand all that. But giving a nice, firm, open-handed slap on the behind to a horse does nothing but get it to trot.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 2,000-pound animal. A slap is not going to hurt it.
I mean, to be fair, they charged him with that after finding cocaine on his person.
Well, yeah, but then at that point, they're just like, oh, well, whatever we can stick him with.
And that's exactly what I always tell Andy whenever he brings up this. That wasn't assault. Yeah, well, no, it may not have been assault, but they stick him with whatever they can because they know not all of it's going to stick. He's probably only going to get actually charged with the cocaine possession. Because the two charges that he has other than the cocaine possession contradict each other. Injuring a police horse and resisting arrest without violence. Well, no. You can't do something without violence if you injured someone.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so it's all semantics.
It's aggravating.
Moving on. Oh, this is the Florida story.
This is the Florida story?
Best part about it is there is legitimately an ad on the sign that on the side of the article that says "living with schizophrenia," and then it has like a phone number and a website to go and get help for schizophrenia. But anyway, just very Florida stuff. Can you tell me, this dude did, we're going to call it he did 4 things. And I want you to tell me 2 of the 4 things that got him in this article. If you nail one of them, that'd be impressive.
I'm going to say he climbed on top of a schizophrenia billboard. He got arrested. I'll
give you one more.
Oh, God. He touches himself at night to kittens.
Okay, so I gave you one more because, of course, he got arrested. That's a gimme. Florida man steals pet bird, attacks mom, 2 sons, and then burns down mobile home.
Wow.
Right? He was busy.
That's one busy dude.
Yeah. So, a West Central Florida man ransacked a neighbor's mobile home, shot 2 brothers, hit their mom with a shovel, burned the family's house to the ground last week, according to Citrus County Sheriff's Office. William Goncisco, 59, who lives down the street in the Lecanto community, was holding the family's bird in its cage when they arrived home October 17th, deputies said. Melinda Ward, 61, said she was hit in the arm and face with a shovel. Jeremiah Ward, 33, was shot twice in the head, and Joseph Ward, 37, was shot in the arm. Why is it that every time we have a guest on this show, there's always some sort of clickbait news article where someone's dying?
You're the one that plucks them out, dude. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but by rule, I don't read them ahead of time, so it's just as much a surprise for me as it is for everyone else.
Oh, well, then it's my little black cloud descending upon things.
The Citrus County Chronicle reported that a police report stated Goncisco had been acting strangely over the last couple of weeks, and he was going on and on about random things that made him angry, and had been drinking liquor prior to the incident.
Meth.
So, yeah, I thought it was just liquor. The injured family drove themselves to the hospital as Goncisco allegedly began dousing their home with gasoline, deputies said. On Wednesday, Melinda and Joseph were reported as having been treated and released for their injuries, while Jeremiah was in stable condition in the trauma unit at the local hospital. Oh, so he wasn't quite dead. Okay, good. Homes in the rural area sit on large wooded lots along a narrow dirt road at the western edge of the nearly 50,000 acres Citrus Wildlife Management Area. Oh, God, don't tell me he kidnapped a moose. Authorities said a shovel and a pistol were later found at Francisco's home. He was arrested and booked into the detention center on 3 counts of attempted murder with no bond. Deputies said possible arson and armed robbery charges were also pending. Now here's something. Let me see something here. This case was extensive with a lot of moving parts. I'm proud of our team who moved quickly in making sure nearby residents were safe and blah 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 blah. They did an outstanding job, says the sheriff. Okay, good for him. What I was going to say is, why did he get? See, this is another one of those things. Why did he get 3 counts of murder, attempted murder?
Well, because a shovel is considered an assault with a deadly weapon.
Is it?
Yeah, because most shovels have a point to them or a corner.
That's fair. Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess so. Because I played Minecraft before, and I never killed anyone with a shovel. Pickaxe.
Oh,
sure, not a shovel.
You can.
Oh, of course you can, but why would you? Yeah, I guess if you can, that's what counts. Never mind. Yeah, see, that's just shows how much I know. Anyway, so no mention of what he did with the bird, though. That's
Probably ate him.
Interesting. Well, it said in the title that he stole the bird. No, he didn't. He was just kind of petting it before they got home. Well, I mean, he was. He didn't steal the bird.
Well, they slapped him with that. That's a falsified charge.
But they didn't slap him with it. That's the thing. They gave him 3 counts of attempted murder.
Is it in the article? He stole a bird.
The title, yes, but not in the actual article.
They slapped him with it.
They slap him with whatever they can. Don't you understand? Let's move on. So, something I was talking to with Fresco before the show started, and we said let's save it for the show because this is good material. Amazon has announced, I believe today, that they are starting a new service. It's called Amazon Key, and what it is a way that you can grant access to people you trust to your house without giving them a key, including family, friends, dog walker, house cleaner, or even for Amazon deliverers. So they can open the door to your house, deliver your package, relock the door, and leave. While this happens, there's a camera so you can watch the footage during or later. You'll get a notification of when your door is being unlocked and why. They're going to knock first, and you'll get a notification saying your package was delivered, and we locked the door again. I think this is brilliant.
You are out of your mind.
See, this is where we said let's save it for the podcast. Now, why do you think I'm out of my mind?
All right, so you're going to let a random dude, all right, the family and things, all right, I understand that. If you can grant access to certain people, that's fine. But the Amazon delivery man, no, sir. Coming into my house, making a sandwich with my peanut butter, I don't think that's going to happen. You're not eating the last piece of fried chicken in my refrigerator. I'm not letting you open the door and then coming into the house and fucking my sister. It ain't happening. That's what you're letting them do? Here, go ahead, put my wife's panties on your face. Go ahead, I don't care.
You have a camera.
It doesn't matter. What are you going to do? If you're not home to receive the package, what are you going to do?
You're going to sue the crap out of Amazon.
The deed still gets done. I still don't get my chicken. My sister has still been fucked, and they have still worn the panties of my wife.
You know what? First of all, why is your sister there? And they even said they would knock. Hold on, they said they would knock first. So if your sister's there, then she can get the package for you. In a non-metaphorical speaking way. Yeah, maybe she is sleeping. Okay, so if she's sleeping, then... Look, man, they're only supposed to just open the door. See, it's people like you that make services like this never work. Because you guys immediately jump to the most crazy scenario possible.
You know why I jumped to the most crazy scenario possible?
Why is that?
Because in 4 months after this has launched and gone live, Watch how many times it actually happens.
This is why we still don't have drones delivering our packages. Because as soon as they announced, hey, we're going to make drones deliver packages, everyone was like, well, I'm going to get my BB gun ready and start stealing all the packages that fly over my house. Like, way to go. You just ruined it for all of us.
I'm just telling you. Don't blame me for this. This is a comedy podcast. I'm just talking some shit. But you know it's gonna happen.
All right, fine. You know what? There's some Q&A here at the bottom. Let's go over some of this, okay?
Uh-huh.
All right. It says, okay, how about if I just read the questions and you tell me which one you want an answer for? Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. Can I receive in-home delivery if I live in an apartment complex or have a front gate? Are you interested in that one?
No.
Okay. Can I receive in-home delivery if I have a pet?
Sure.
Okay. We do not recommend using in-home delivery if your pet can access the front door on delivery day. So you can, they just don't recommend it. What is the happiness guarantee? Do you want to know about that?
Oh, I certainly want to know about that.
All in-home deliveries are backed by Amazon Key Happiness Guarantee. If an in-home delivery was not completed to your satisfaction, we'll work with you to correct the problem. You see? Yep.
We will work with you to solve the problem. It's not right. We are not going to solve the problem immediately.
Well, in your scenario,
if they have somebody coming into houses eating chicken and fucking sisters, then they need to fire somebody and pay me reparations.
And that's what they're going to do. They can't make it so that your chicken is uneaten, but they can certainly pay you reparations for the chicken that was taken.
See, but that's not as good as the chicken, is it?
You just said that you would accept reparations. This is the problem. You're okay with something 1 minute, and as soon as it's given to you, it's not good enough.
I am just being every normal American out there.
I know. Anyway, we're getting a little too far into the hot button issues, and Andy would hate this because we're going without him.
Well, he had to be the sucker to go get married.
Right? We already did that. Come on. Anyway, how is Fanta, by the way?
Fanta is well. She's tired, but she's well.
Oh, lovely. All right. So, I think we're done with Amazon Key. I think it's great. I think it's great that, they have something like that. It even says no more leaving a key under the mat, which is brilliant. This also it adds something to the whole latchkey kids too. Like, okay, there's no more trusting kids with keys, which I can completely understand. Kids are kind of dumb nowadays, but you don't have to anymore. They can get off the bus and go right home, no problem.
I mean, other places offer this service too. Like, this isn't the first I've heard about,
Yeah, but this is Amazon, so it's going to be done right.
Yeah.
Look, man, I've never had a problem with Amazon.
Matter of fact, we'll plow your dog while we're there.
No, they'll walk the dog, not plow it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Maybe dogs need to be plowed every once in a while. I think you're seeing the negative in this, and you're not seeing the positive. Do you ever think your dog wants to be plowed?
No.
All right, well, see?
Our dogs are both spayed and neutered.
Which means they're dying for a good plowing.
No, they don't have the desire anymore. One doesn't have testicles anymore.
Which he's probably curious to know where they're at.
No, but he is damned to find out where the hell his tail went.
Oh, is that the nub one?
Yeah, well, they're both nubbies, but yeah, he just hasn't accepted that he has no tail. 2 years old and hasn't accepted that yet. It's weird.
Well, these things happen. Anyway, the next part of the podcast here would be a segment where we go over football.
Foosball.
Right, foosball. Typically, what's done is I will... Oh, dear Lord, did I not save any of these? Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's not good.
Oh, no.
So, typically, I will announce who won from last week, and we will go on to the following weeks, being that there's no Andy, meaning this whole point is kind of moot, right? Because he's the one that's just like, oh, I'm going to be crazy and pick the mascot to win, not necessarily the team based off of football knowledge. You have some football knowledge, correct?
Very little.
Still some. So what I thought could be fun is if I took Andy's approach on how the teams are going to play out this week. Just this week. And then next week, Fresco's probably going to join me again, and he'll take that approach, and we'll see which of the two of us have the better Andy skill.
All right.
Never thought I would say those words.
Oh, I'm down for a good challenge.
The better Andy skill.
The better Andyisms.
Oh, I feel dirty. Let me just quickly go over who won last week. Let's see here. So this would be... because we didn't differ in many things. I'm pretty sure I won, but I'm just going to double check. Because we were very similar. Let's see here. Well, that's 2 for me, 1 for Andy, and then that's 2 for Andy, 2 for me. Yeah, we actually tied.
Nice.
I don't know how many wins, I don't know how many losses. We're not going to go over that, but me and Andy actually tied. Right down the middle. So there you have it. All right, well, that's that. Let's get a new one going. Don't save that. And this is going to be L and F. And actually, we're going to do your name first because the first one is usually the sane one. So, without further ado, Fresco, could you tell me who is actually going to win between the Miami Dolphins at the Baltimore Ravens? I think I have a feeling who you're going to pick on this one.
Baltimore!
Your boy
Taking the
Flacco,
Ravens.
Right? oh, God, I actually typed Flacco. No, Ravens.
Flacco!
Fresco's got a hard on for Joe Flacco. Right, so Dolphins at the Ravens. Whew, let's see if I can do this. So, we all know Ravens in Baltimore have everything to do with a writer that was very demented and liked to write about crazy things. So when it comes to the very rapey Dolphins, he's no stranger to people wanting to get, or things for that matter, wanting to get weird. So being that Edgar Allan Poe wrote on Baltimore Ravens in this scenario, or at least wrote on Ravens in Baltimore, being as strange as he was, I'm fairly certain he's no stranger to bestiality rape in this sense. So I am going to say he's going to not only accept it, but enjoy it and become the true victor of this too. Therefore, Ravens are going to take this game.
Well, you have his long-windedness down.
That's the point, man. Next up, oh God, that's one out of like too many. We have the Minnesota Vikings at the Cleveland Browns. Who are you taking?
Ooh, I didn't see how Cleveland did last week.
They haven't won a game yet this year.
Well, then I'm not taking Cleveland. I'm gonna take the Vikings.
Vikings it is. All right. I, on the other hand, let's see, Vikings visiting the Browns. Okay, so they're elves.
You have to.
I know. I'm thinking, man. It doesn't come as quickly as it does for Andy. I'm pretty impressed with me thinking of Edgar Allan Poe for the Ravens as it is. But okay, so Vikings and elves. I don't think the Vikings are going to have any problem with the Brownie elves. I think they're just going to, if nothing else, adapt a new uniform the week following, because the Vikings are going to just slaughter the Brownie elves, take their skin and wear it as a trophy and a way to survive the winter. I'm taking the Vikings on this one.
You know, I gotta tell you, I appreciate the fact that you went with Brownie elves.
Well, that's what they were named for at one point.
Oh, was it?
Back in the 50s. Me and Andy looked it up because it was killing us. Like, what are Browns? Like, I know they have the dog pound and everything, but it has nothing to do with dogs. So, yeah. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Chargers at the New England Patriots.
I gotta take the Pats.
Patriots. Okay. See, that's where you're wrong. Because while while the Patriots may be able to stand their ground very good, and they are home, so they're going to be on the defense. There's no attack power quite like a Charger. So while you have someone that's only really good at standing the ground, you have someone also that is unstoppable, and unstoppable will always be really good. Therefore, Chargers it is. I think I'm doing this right. Next up, we have the Chicago Bears at the New Orleans Saints.
Ooh. I think I'm going to take the Saints on this one.
Taking the Saints, okay. Yeah, see, I think I'm going to have to agree with you on this one because the Bears, it's almost November. It's going to be the 29th on Sunday when they play. So it should be cold enough even in New Orleans. Oh, then it's New Orleans too. So no, I'm going to stick with my guns here. It's going to be the mentality of the Bear that's going to kill them here because they're going to be totally in hibernation mode, and the Saints are more like, it's close to October. We have to be extra spiritual. So they're going to be super holy and want to get rid of anything that's detrimental to their religion. In this case, hibernating bears. So they're going to just splash everything with holy water. Bears are going to get pissed off and leave, and Saints are going to remain victorious in their home. Therefore, I am going to go with the Saints also. Wait, you said the Saints, right?
Yes, I did say the Saints.
Okay, yeah.
I'm noticing a pattern here.
No. I picked Chargers over Patriots.
That's right. I'm sorry. I apologize.
So far, honestly, I think the Patriots are going to win, and I think the Bears are going to beat the Saints. Football sense, but I'm not doing football sense. I also think the Dolphins are going to beat the Ravens. Again, not doing football sense.
Okay, fair enough.
Next up, we have the Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Ooh, the Panthers and the Bucs.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to take the Panthers on this one.
Panthers. Okay. And see, that's where I am going to have to disagree with you. Because as I said, the Buccaneers are home, which means they're in their own waters and their docks and everything. And for a Panther to intrude on an unfamiliar territory such as water and docks and all that, just doesn't make any sense. If the Panthers were home, I'd say Panthers all the way because they have the jungle. Buccaneers aren't good with jungle. But Buccaneers being pirates and everything, they're home, they're at water. If nothing else, Tortuga. Panthers aren't going to have a chance at Tortuga. So I think Buccaneers are going to take this just because of the home field advantage. Next up, we have the Indianapolis Colts at the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh. I think the Bengals are going to take it.
All right. Let's see if I can really spin some Andyisms on this one. While the Bengals are typically known as the more predatory animal in this case, I think things are going to be a little bit different, and the Colts are actually going to prevail here because of just the sheer force and wanting to roam in packs as opposed to the Bengal being a very solitary creature. So just the Bengals being picked off one at a time alone while the Colts are roaming in packs as Colts do. They run around in packs of several of them. And there's just one Bengal. One Bengal can't take on several horses. I think the Colts are going to win. God, Jesus, how does he do it, man? Next up, we have the Oakland Raiders at the Buffalo Bills. I'm so bad right now because I just don't know what I'm doing. Oakland Raiders at the Buffalo Bills.
I'm going to take the Raiders.
Raiders, okay. I'm not going to lie to you. This is a tough game to call, like football-wise. Luckily, I don't have to do that because what I actually can do is say that the Raiders, while they're all about raiding people's homelands, Buffalo Bill himself, he rides tornadoes, and this wouldn't be an Indian explanation if I didn't say something about Buffalo Bill riding tornadoes. So, because it's home, he didn't learn how to ride tornadoes on some visitor place. He learned how to do it in his own home, which means the tornadoes are going to be there for him. So he's going to have plenty of tornadoes at his disposal to ride, therefore go against any kind of Raiders that try to oppose him. I think Buffalo Bills are going to win this one.
Okay.
Next up, we have, the San Francisco 49ers at the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, just on principle, I'll take the 49ers.
Good for you. Typically, I would too. But, so, in this case, the 49ers are so used to being in dark caves and everything, they know how to deal with bats. And, usually it's just kind of swipe them away. There's no problem. They don't really pose much of a threat, no matter how freakishly weird they might look and how they sound and everything like that. Not really much of a threat. But when you're dealing with an eagle, a 49er is going to look at an eagle and go, it's just a bat. Just swipe at it. It'll go away. But eagles don't play. They will shred your arm away, and you'll be left with just a skeleton arm holding a pickaxe. Like, I don't think the 49ers know what they're going up against, and I think that's going to be the thing that's going to be their downfall. It's just the element of surprise of what an eagle actually is. So I think I'm going to have to take the Eagles on this one, no matter how gross it makes me feel. Next up, we have the Atlanta Falcons at the New York Jets.
I'm going to go with ATL.
All right, Falcons. And I will tell you, that's where you're, you know what, that's, at the Jets. Yeah, see, I think you're right on this one because the Falcons see where the Jets are nested at. Like, they see the Jets are just already landed. They're at home, therefore they don't have to be roaming around in the skies. Falcons are going to come to them, and they're Falcons. So they're going to be scanning the perimeter long before they launch their attack. And they're going to see that all the Jets are grounded. And they're going to go, you know what we got to do? We got to clog up. There's a lot of us. We're Falcons. What, man?
Carry on.
There's a lot of us. We're Falcons. So all we got to do is just clog up their engines. They're going to figure this out, because they're Falcons. They're smart birds. So they just have to clog up the engines of the Jets. Jets won't be able to start. Falcons take them down, no problem. I'm going with the Falcons on this one as well. Next up, we have the Houston Texans at the Seattle Seahawks.
Texans at the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are going to win it.
Seahawks. Okay. Oh, what did I do? All right. Seahawks. And that is where I'm going to tell you you're wrong yet again, because the Texans, if nothing else, are known for identifying diversity. And because they're going to be visiting Seattle Seahawks, they're going to see the Seahawks in their own home, and they're going to come there and tell them how wrong they are in their own home and shoot them down for being wrong. Because, they're Seahawks. It doesn't make any sense. If you're going to be a hawk, you go to an open field, you catch all your prey there. How can you be a hawk by a sea? And it just doesn't make sense. They're doing things backwards. They're trying to catch fish and fly at the same time. Doesn't make sense. Texans don't like things that don't make sense. They're going to shoot them down, no problem. Texans are going to win this one all day. I didn't have much for that one. Next up, we have, the Dallas Cowboys at the Washington Redskins.
Cowboys.
Oh, I'm glad it's easy for you. See, because this is a hard choice because everyone knows the tale of cowboys and Indians and how that goes. But what I'm saying is happening is the Indians have learned their lessons over the years, and this is clearly not the first or the last time these two are going to be duking it out. And I think for once the Indians are going to take what they've learned and use it against them to be victorious in this one. So I'm going to go Redskins on this one. Next up, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Detroit Lions.
Steelers,
right. Because why wouldn't you? Well, I'll tell you why you wouldn't. Because, no matter how many steel beams and everything they make, the Lions are, if nothing else, they're the king. They're the king of the jungle, and you're in the jungle. And you don't come to someone's kingdom and be like, I'm going to build this. Yeah, you need a permit for that. And you have to go to the king for a permit. And, being that they're in the jungle, and the Lions are the king, the Steelers have to ask permission before they can build anything. So all the Lions have to do is be like, nah, man, you're not building anything. And what are the Steelers going to do? They're going to do nothing. So the Lions are going to win. Last but not least, thank God, we have the Denver Broncos at the Kansas City Chiefs.
Broncos.
Okay, how do I spin this one? Chiefs and Broncos. Oh, this is simple. God, why? Like I even need to think about this. The Chiefs are clearly dominant over the Broncos. This is their mode of transportation, and it's in the Chiefs' homeland. They're visiting the Chiefs. So while the Broncos could turn coat and just be like, you know what, we are going to rebel against you. We're not going to work for you anymore, and just completely throw off the Chiefs. What are the Chiefs going to do? They don't have anything to ride around on. But this is their homeland. So there's going to be a couple Broncos that are just like, you know what, we're not all about the other Broncos. We want to stay on your side. And they're going to use them to help fight off the rebel Broncos that are coming in. So I think the Chiefs are going to win this because of a lack of Broncos. So I'm going with the Chiefs. And that'll do it. Thank God that's over.
Oh, you poor silly bastard.
We have.
Oh no.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, don't worry, I got to do it next time. So.
Yeah. Let's see who the better Andy is. And that's it for football this week. Let me just save that to make sure it's saved. This is week 8 picks. Let's save that. There we are. Close that out, and there we go. So now all that's left, Fresco, is to name the episode and send these fine people out on their way.
All right. I just had a thought come to my head.
What do you got?
From your last banter on the Chiefs and the Broncos, and then our previous discussion of Meat Mountain, I'm thinking Bronco busting Meat Mountain.
Bronco busting Meat Mountain. It's a bit long-winded, but I do like it. Let's take it and spin it somewhere else, though, maybe.
All right.
Let's see. What else did we talk about? Meat Mountain, Andy getting married, Andy not being here. The Amazon key thing.
Ooh, yeah. Wait, we can do something with that.
How about
Amazon home wreckers?
How about Nacho Key?
Nacho Key.
Nacho Keys, because it'll play on cheese, because we'll call it Keys. Nacho Keys.
Yes,
that will
Nacho
do
Keys.
It for this week's edition of the Fried Splitters, a different name. Well, technically episode number 1, but episode number 56. My name is, I always mess this up. I mess this up every week, and there's no going back like we did 20 times in the beginning, because I messed up the beginning quite a few times. You guys won't hear that. But I always mess up the end, so I just have to start it over again. So here we go. That'll do it for this week's edition of the Fried Splitters, episode number 56, Nacho Keys. Yeah, close enough. My name is Lyle.
And I'm Fresco.
See you guys next week.
Bye.